Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So some of you may have seen these images online, but there was a bit of an explosion on Jupiter last week. And while that in and of itself is not that unusual, the fact that it was captured on film by a group of amateur astronomers is pretty unusual. And if you haven't already seen it, I'm going to be showing you that footage. And considering Jupiter is on average 444 million miles away from us, this footage is pretty juicy. And maybe I scrounged up some other Jupiter impacts from the past, so it's going to be a full WrestleMania situation with poor Jupiter today. Nothing but elbow drops over here. But Jupiter's smackdowns actually help Earth in a very important way. So it's not just all oohs and ahs from explosions, it's actually a bit of a circle of life situation. So yeah, let's get into it. So on August 29th at 1:45 a.m. Japan Standard Time, an account affiliated with the Organized Auto Telescopes for Serendipitous Event Survey, which is just an awesome name for an astronomy group, posted on Twitter that they had seen a flash on Jupiter's atmosphere. And the post called on other observers to check their footage. So then the Massa Planetary Log, another amateur astronomy group, checked their logs, definitely saw something, and later shared footage of a brief burst of light coming from Jupiter. And several other amateur astronomers from Japan and China confirmed the flash and also ended up sharing either their own footage or images. Now, while it's not uncommon for stray objects like asteroids or comets to collide with Jupiter, capturing that collision at the precise moment that it happened is a relatively rare event. Jupiter is occasionally battered by rogue comets and asteroids due to its enormous size and exceptionally strong gravitational pull. And we discussed Jupiter and its crazy powers in a previous video I did, so if you want more background info on Jupiter's makeup, feel free to check out that video here. But Jupiter's gravitational influence is so strong that it reaches into the asteroid belt situated between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Consequently, asteroids within the belt can experience altered orbits, potentially bringing them into close proximity to the planet and increasing the likelihood of collisions. According to a 2013 study, it was suggested that Jupiter potentially experiences impacts anywhere from 12 to 60 times per year. There was this impact in 2021 and this one in 2019. But these impacts actually have a very important role in protecting the Earth. Some experts believe that the massive size of Jupiter is what protects the Earth from rogue space rocks. Jupiter either absorbs these objects as they approach our solar system or actually flings them farther away from Earth. Otherwise, these objects pose a big threat to Earth and the other inner planets. The presence of Jupiter and Saturn in the solar system is actually credited with helping life on Earth flourish. One of the most famous hits that Jupiter potentially saved us from was the Shoemaker-Levy 9 comet in 1994. This comet was discovered a year earlier by astronomers Carolyn and Eugene M. Shoemaker, along with David Levy. It was the first comet discovered to be circling a planet and not the sun. The comet had actually been orbiting Jupiter for about a decade, but the tremendous gravitational strength of Jupiter was so strong that it had actually torn apart the comet into about 20 pieces. And in July of 1994, those pieces came crashing down into Jupiter. And the impact was tremendous. Its force was equivalent to 300 million atomic bombs. The Hubble Space Telescope documented and captured this famous impact on Jupiter, which left lesions in the atmosphere, which were visible to astronomers for months afterwards. At the time, NASA said, "This is the first collision of two solar system bodies ever to be observed, and the effects of the comet's impact on Jupiter's atmosphere have been simply spectacular and beyond expectations." This asteroid brought the dangers of asteroid and comet collisions with Earth to the public fore. And if you guys remember, only a few years later, in the late 90s, Hollywood released two blockbuster films, Armageddon and Deep Impact, on this theme of large objects threatening Earth. After the release of these films, Congress actually authorized NASA to seek more near-Earth objects to better monitor things that come close to our planet. And the DART program, which I have covered in a previous video, has a direct connection to this concern. So yes, Jupiter is definitely doing us a solid, but as we all know, Earth has definitely had its share of asteroids. In 2013, a small asteroid broke up over the remote city of Chelyabinsk, Russia, injuring hundreds of people and causing property damage. And it was captured on many different cameras. I mean, if I saw an asteroid as big as that in the sky, I just don't even know what I would do. I feel like I would be that like ultra hypnotized person that we always see in movies that's just like looking at the thing, fixated. And everyone else is like, no, Marion, no, run away.
No, Harry, no, don't look at the light. I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
But I should not be doing that because what caused the majority of the injuries was not the impact, it was the shockwave. Most of the injuries were caused by good old-fashioned curiosity. People saw a bright flash and they went to the windows to look outside. The shockwave, traveling at the slower speed of sound, arrived later, shattering the windows and sending the flying glass into the people. So basically, don't be me. Be better than me. Smart curiosity seems to be the idea here. Be curious, but be smart about it. So we don't know exactly what hit Jupiter last week, but it was most likely an asteroid of some kind. But in addition to being lucky to actually see the impact, I think it's actually a really good reminder / education on how useful these impacts are for us. And that's not something I ever really thought about before. How sometimes things feel very circle of life-y out there in the universe too. It's not just an Earth thing. And it definitely makes me see Jupiter as like a cool older brother that's like got our backs in the big ol' universe that's sometimes a bit scary. So thanks, Jupiter. I feel like I need to get thanks, Jupiter on like a sticker. If I ever have merch, I feel like I'm gonna have some stickers that say thanks, Jupiter. And then people will be like, what does that mean? And I'll be like, well, sit down for a second. Okay, that's it for now. I just wanted to share some cool footage of some faraway explosions and also talk about the protective nature of Jupiter. Let me know in the comments below if that was something you guys already knew about Jupiter or if you were just as surprised as I was. I know this channel is just constantly me being surprised by things, but it's just, there's so much out there, you guys. It's both overwhelming and exciting, and there's just never gonna be enough time to find out about it all. But I guess that's just what this channel is for. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.